Hello, everyone. My name's Gary Linden. I'm the event director at Thriller at Killers, a big wave event that we're doing the qualifying virtually so that everybody could enter. Everybody had an opportunity. We'll pare it down to the top 8 semifinalists and the top 4 women finalists. Add some event wild cards and run a live event on the best day of the year between January and February 2024. I'm here with Coco Nogales, big wave surfer from Puerto Escondido, who was out on the big day last year, January 13th. And Coco, how was that day?
Buenos días a todos. Good morning, everyone. Wow. Talking about that day was January 13th. There was a lot of action, a lot of things happened that day. A few amazing rides. I saw a few amazing rides that day go on. And, pasó de todo. Everything happened from incredible rides to injuries, of course, myself. And but it's it was really a really energy day that day. It was I don't know how to describe this, but one of those days that you remember from everything that happened.
Well, we went out really early, talking about getting up early, and we were the first boat out there. And once it got light enough to see, there came a 10-wave set, and all the waves were barreling. And I had never seen it. In all my 35 years of going out there, I'd never seen anything like that before. That was the biggest set of the day, actually, even bigger than the one where we captured everything. But it was a scary start.
Yeah. Sorry, I remember we also, we got there in the morning. You guys were there already, and the morning that day kind of started weird because it was kind of like a little bit onshore, a little bit rainy, a little bit cloudy, and it wasn't really like happening. And we were on the boat. We took a couple of hours watching, and then as the morning started to light up, the conditions start to get better. The wind starts switching, and the swell started to show, to push, and then some of the good waves came on, and then some of the people that were on the boat, they got ready and went out around, I think, 10 in the morning. From 10 and on, that's when it started to kind of clear up, and the show started to go on from that morning, from that 10 in the morning to the afternoon. But yeah, it was, and then there was the biggest sets. I mean, there was a couple good sets, but there was that one big set around midday or 1 o'clock that caught up a bunch of people, and yeah. But yeah,
What?
that was.
Unfortunately, you got pretty injured, scared us all. But nobody even got to ride one of those sets. The thing was, there were so many people out. I'd never seen that many people surfing on that big of a day. That even if you were out in position to catch that wave, there was nowhere to go. You would have dropped in and just run into about 50 people on the inside of you. So it was a special day, and fortunately, we got some great rides. So our winners are here with us today, virtual event, and we'll be talking to them a little bit later. But Todos Santos is just such a special place, and one of the things that I like about it is you can go out in the boat, sit in the channel, watch the action. When you feel ready, jump out and just paddle out. You don't have to paddle through any shore break. You don't have to paddle 45 minutes around some point or anything else. You just
Yeah.
get ready and jump in. And that's a good thing, and it's also a bad thing. You don't really acclimate to the conditions. You don't paddle. You don't get your blood running. You just go out there, and then a wave comes bomb, and you got to go.
Exactly.
So many years, always wipe out on my first wave just to get the feel of the water. But when it's that big, you don't want to wipe out at all.
Yeah, that's right, Gary. And like you mentioned, Todos Santos is such a beautiful place. I love the island. The wave is, and what just makes it kind of challenging, and it's kind of like sometimes unpredictable. Depends of the you be sitting in the boil, and then all of a sudden the biggest hit comes from out of nowhere. You have the boil, you have the it's a challenging wave, and at the same time, just deep water, deep blue water with the seals, the mountains, and I love Todos Santos. But like you say, if you can get too you can get too confidence. I mean, never get too confidence, because then it can really take you to the rocks, or anything can happen there. Uh, but yeah, we love that. We just I think that's why we do it, just because we get full of energy, and yeah, it's amazing. And it's not just you getting a wave; it's just watching your friends getting an amazing ride. It's just like it's as good as anything, too.
It was a great show. The 13th of January. I sat in the boat and watched every wave that came through, and wishing I was about 10 years younger. But it was
two of the waves that I saw when I was getting ready was, I think it was Rogers and Cody's, and I was like, that morning I was like, damn, those they really beautiful, really, really, really beautiful waves, and yeah, that was the moment when I decided to go out. But like you said, there were some many rides, and I believe also after I got injured, there was a bunch of other rides. People that I think Jamie Mitchell, Jojo got some good waves, and but yeah, it was pretty exciting to watch, Cody's wave as well, because it was just beautiful, 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 beautiful wave, beautiful.
Yeah, and we kept watching Cody's wave right from the beginning. Oh my God, he's gonna go, and then, well, is he gonna make it? And then he just at every moment was so spectacular. You just wondering, hoping that he would make it, not thinking he would, and when he pulled it off, it was pretty cool. So a lot of exciting action. I think Delia's wave was the next day, and probably that was the best day to go out there, because I heard it wasn't so crowded and looked like the waves were big. It's just almost as big as the day before, with a lot less people. So really spectacular. The Delia caught that wave. It's one of the biggest waves I've ever seen a woman catch out. Well, at Todos for sure. It's the biggest wave I've ever seen a woman catch, but probably one of the biggest waves I've seen paddled into.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, Delia's wave was insane. I didn't see that because I was in the hospital by then, but I saw the footage and I was like, damn, that was really, really brave and really amazing, beautiful wave that she caught. It's just so exciting to watch, new people charging. New faces for me. It's like, wow, and it's just exciting to see how motivated are the surfers that coming up, and that's insane. And it's really nice to see women to really pushing the limits. More and more you see a woman doing that, and it's just great for the boys, because like, damn, they're charging, I better keep charging as well, because so yeah, that's insane. But maybe Delia can talk about a little bit about her wave, or I don't know, how did it feel that day? How was that day, Delia? The day after?
Hi, yeah, thanks so much for having me. Yeah, that wave is definitely probably the best wave of my life. I completely surprised myself that day. I've definitely never caught a wave anywhere near that size before. But I was like so excited to go out to Todos that day, because the backstory is that I was that winter I hadn't really caught anything that significant so far, and I was like so amped to get out there, and happened to be in San Diego before that swell, and like saw I was gonna track over from Hawaii, and I was like, oh, I better get myself down there, and rallied some friends to bring me all of my gear from San Francisco, and got my boyfriend to come over from Hawaii on the red eye to go out there, and yeah, just all the things added up, and everything came together that day.
Was it your first time in Todos?
That was my second time.
Second time.
Yeah, but the first time I went, it was pretty small. So it was the first time like really seeing it do its thing. And I remember that day, well, I'd watched everything that happened the day before, like really wanting to be there, but I couldn't be there yet. And then that day I was hoping it was going to be good, and it turned out to be good. It was a little slow, maybe a little slower than the other day, but like super beautiful and clean and great conditions. And
I love that.
yeah, that wave is just so, like, the color of the water there is insane. It's so beautiful.
How big is the board? Sorry, how big is the board you were riding? How big?
I was riding a 9/8 stretch.
9/8?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good size.
Yeah.
Are you riding quads or thruster on that day?
I was riding a quad that day.
There's the wave. Look at that. A quad. Yeah. Ooh.
Maybe since I've tried a thruster setup too, because I've wondered if I would have made it if I had a different setup. I think it was just because I didn't know what it felt like to be on a wave that size yet.
Yeah.
That's for that size of a wave. It's a pretty small board. Also, I think maybe just a little bit more volume, but it helped you out because you get going so fast right there at the bottom. You just like, where do I go from here? You know? And so pretty surprising. Amazing job, Delia. I hope to see you back there on the next wheel this season, because you got to get some practice up there. We're going to do the final live January, February, and the best day. So get some of the races as well.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I can't wait to get back there. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Cody, for sharing the feeling of, the feeling about about that day, and how you felt that day. And like you said, that place is just so insane, so beautiful, because besides getting an amazing wave, you're just like in a beautiful setup place where you look back to the mountains and to the island, and it's like being on heaven and somewhere else. I mean, I love Todos Santos. I've been going there for many years, and not just about the wave, but the place. It just has this unique energy, and when you get the right wave, it's just the feeling.
Yeah, no, you feel very in tune and connected to nature out there for sure.
What about Cody? So we are talking about here with the winners, Gary?
The winners are, I guess we're going to announce them. I mean, obviously, the men's winner was Cody Purcell, and Delia Banks won in the women's. So congratulations to both of you. You're going to walk away with a first prize of $5,000 each, and invite to the live part of our Thriller Killers. And Cody, tell us a little bit about your wave. I mean, definitely that was one of, if not the wave of the winter, and one of the waves of all time at Todos. I've been watching for a long time, surfing there for a long time, and that day was pretty special, and I haven't really seen anything that compares. Each wave is different, but I mean, that wave was absolutely amazing. Cody, how did you feel when you finally got that one?
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me. That wave, I saw it coming in. I was sitting on the inside, and it looked like it was going to double up. And I thought to myself, I was like, oh, I think I could catch this if I just start paddling right now. And I started paddling, and I kind of was feathering at the top almost. And I thought to myself, I was like, oh, just try to get down the face of this wave. And I remember thinking it felt like it was going to be pretty steep, but I was like, oh, just try. And got down the face of the wave and made it to the channel, thankfully. And heard some cheers and saw a couple of my best friends that I went down there with, actually, Joe and Beck. They were cheering, and I was super stoked.
That was pretty Congratulations, Cody. That was a really nice ride. That was really well surfing.
Thank
And
you
very-
guys so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, incredible. Just a real crowd pleaser as well. You know, just sitting and watching it. Like Coco, you said, you know, Todos is a great place to catch a wave, but it's also great to see someone or one of your friends catch an amazing ride, and you can vicariously experience a little bit. And I know, thanks to being there live, I got to see it. But with the Surf Web series, the people all over the world got to experience your wave with you at the same time. So, yeah, thanks for being out there, and thanks for having the patience and the endurance to sit there and catch that wave. I know, because that's when it jacks up. That's probably the hardest place to catch. If you get it outside, you get a little chip in. But where you took off, it's airdrop all the way, and you handled it perfectly.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Surf Web Series, and everybody at Thriller and Killers, Coco and Gary. Thank you guys so much. So stoked.
Cody, sorry, tell us a little bit about about you. Where you from? How old are you? And I don't know, just so people they know, a little bit about you, and as well, Delia, she can quickly just say something, where she's from. I think that's a great idea to have it here online so people, can can understand where you guys come from. And
yeah, I grew up in the South Bay of Los Angeles. I learned how to surf in Hermosa Beach.
So you're from the Los Angeles area?
I grew up, born and raised in South Bay, Los Angeles. I turned 24 last month. I learned how to surf in Hermosa Beach, and before that day at Todos, that was like a 3-week period of really sick surf, consistent swell in Southern California. And then that day at Todos kind of like capped it off with, it was just capped off that whole run of swell really special. And
nice. And who are your heroes? Do you have any heroes that you look up to growing up and watching big waves? I'm sure you like, you're getting into this, into riding, the big waves because you already show it. And I'm sure you had, growing up, I don't know, do you have like a mentor or someone that you look up to?
So many heroes. I would just try to watch basically every video I could on YouTube and just try to just find whatever surf video I could of big waves like Todos, Mavericks, Piahi, Inuit. I would just try to find whatever video I could and just because the waves just amazed me, and I was just wow, these people were riding these waves. I remember ever since I was 10 years old, I would always just try to watch whatever video I could. I remember that day at Todos, seeing both of you guys, I was whoa, those guys are here, that's cool. And then I remember talking to you out in the lineup that day, Coco. I was oh, that's sick, talking to Coco right now. Just so many people, but also huge thanks to Bob Sievers, this friend around here, gave me, or let me borrow a surfboard my first time.
I can see you're just super stoked, and I don't want to, it's all good. I can see you're very stoked about this win, and I can see a lot of future in you. And the most important thing, one of the things that I like a lot about people is being a humble person. And I can see you're super humble, and really congrats. You got a nice ride. It was really tough because Greg Long was amazing. The wave from Greg the week before was a pretty giant wave, and also was I was not in that swell, but I heard it was really difficult to catch waves, and at the end you ended up getting the winner, the win ride, because we also with Gary, we kind of the judges, but at the same time there's a lot of people that help us too, the, how do you call it, voting people, and I think that's a pretty fair that you won this thing, and congratulations again. That was amazing. Delia, can you please tell us a little bit about where you're from and how long you've been surfing, and if you have any heroes, and just so people to know? I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm in disbelief and very honored and stoked right now. Yes, I'm 29. I'm from Northern California. I grew up and learned to surf there. I was lucky enough to have a dad who taught me everything and still supports me to this day. And yeah, I guess some of my heroes, most of them were out there that day, which was pretty crazy to be out there and just look around like, oh my God, I'm surrounded by people I've looked up to and had like photos of on my wall growing up and stuff. Definitely gotta mention Greg Long for being one of my heroes and mentors, and it was like super special to be able to be out there with him and Rusty and Pete Mel and Paige Alms and Felicity Palmatier and Cole Christensen, who actually like picked me up after I wiped out on that wave. So very grateful for that. But yeah, and also and my dad, one of my heroes for sure.
That's really nice. That's really nice. Like you mentioned, there's so many heroes, and like Cody said the same. There's so many heroes, so many people we look up to, and not just the great surfers, but like great humans, great people. And that's one of the most important things at the end of the day, just being great ambassadors, great people. I can mention Greg Long, and hands down, because he does so many things for so many people, and he's there watching, and he's always there. But like you said, Peter Mel, so many surfers, Ian Walsh, Jamie Mitchell. I mean, there's so many people that has been, I think, pushing everyone's surfing, and we gotta thank them, because I think that's what they motivate us, people like them. So, but thank you so much, and congratulations, Delia. Really, thank you so much for sharing this. And Cody, congratulations, guys, again. I mean, 5K in first place is like, come on. What are you guys gonna do with that? Buy some new surfboards and get some I mean, it's insane. And again, Gary, this is a great idea. I'm super excited for what's gonna come in the winter. I'm sure everyone's super excited and cannot wait for El Nino season, and cannot wait to see you guys again on the lineup, and getting some. I think I'm really happy, Gary, about this format, or this event that it's happening, that that you guys are creating. I think it's great for big wave surfing, because it's just great to to motivate the surfers, and big wave needs to have a little push, and motivation, like we needed to have this again. I think this is gonna be insane, and I cannot wait for what's gonna happen in the future.
Well, thank you, Coco. I'm super excited. We talk about heroes and stuff like that, and when I was growing up, it was Buzzy Trent and Greg Knoll, Jose Angel, Pat Curran. Those guys, we didn't really get to see them surfing, and we couldn't go on YouTube or anything else. There's occasional Surfer magazine, or the even more occasional surf movie, but it's still the same stoke. And I've always had this dream of big wave surfing being a professional sport, and having a world champion, and giving an opportunity for the younger surfers that aren't known, or that don't have a reputation, that might not get invited. And this way, the way the format works is anybody can enter, and the results are amazing for me. We have Cody Purcell, 24 years old. I didn't even know who he was, and here he is, our winner, and kind of is catapulting his career onto the next level. And Delia as well, 29. She's not a well-known big wave women's surfer. There aren't that many, but here she is, right at the top of the heap. And so
You know what? She was there. She was out there, and she caught the
yeah,
wave. You know.
she's out there and caught the wave, and that's what I'm saying. There's an opportunity for everybody, and now they're going to be able to compete against the best surfers at Todos, and we're going to have some wild cards come in and try and mix it up with some of the top guys in the whole world. So I think the format has worked so far. I love the way that the audience got to interject their opinions too, and actually modify the results a little bit. So we have, you can't hate the judges anymore. You've got your support, and the whole world's watching. They get a chance to vote, and it's just a wonderful thing to be part of.
Yes. Gary, I have a question. Is this so for example, for the winter coming up, it's not gonna be more like videos online. It's gonna be physical, the event, right?
Well, what we're gonna do is, so the live event's gonna be the 8 semifinalists in the men's from the video qualifying series, which we're just announced the winners, and they will be joined by 4 wild cards that we're going to decide upon, and then the women top 4 will go directly to the final. They will be joined by 2 wild cards, and concurrently this season we'll be running the qualifying for next year, the next year's live. So qualifying for 2025 live event will be your best video submissions from this season. So go out there if you've got some friends that
Okay.
So
it's gonna be the same kind of thing. So for the people that can get some insane waves, in the 2024, these videos will be for 2025.
Yeah, this season 2023, which starts. We had our first opening day last month at the end of the month. So all the clips from October to March or anytime this year and this season, send those in. We'll be running at the end of the season. We'll be running their results just as we're doing right now, and we'll take we'll take the top 8 and the winners from this year also. So
it's great. Like you said, it's an opportunity for anybody. So you just got to get out there and
This year we only had 15 men enter, but we could take up to 1,000 entries. So it's unlimited, totally open, and that's the best part. So I want to give a platform to anybody who wants to be a professional big wave surfer. Here's a chance to get started. The format lends itself to, hopefully doing a qualifying tour around the world, because it's a relatively easy in comparison way to run a big wave event, and we could be doing one at Mavericks, Nazare, get the tour back up and running. That's the goal. So hopefully people enjoy it, it catches fire, and we can take this around the world again.
That would be insane. That sounds very exciting, and I think it needs to happen again. We can try to really easily try to make something in Puerto Escondido the same after this, then it keeps going for sure.
That's with the plan. Mexico's got the waves.
I'm really excited for the winners. I'm really super happy. Congratulations again, guys. Really, it's what a wonderful feeling I'm sure you guys feel right now.
Thank you guys so much. Such an honor. So stoked and appreciate it so much that you guys put on this contest.
Well, you're welcome. You surfers of the stars.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can't express how much this means, and love the format and love being able to have this platform. So thanks so much for doing this.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much. And again, I'm really looking forward for what's coming up. And again, big congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to you, Gary, for putting up, organizing all this event and wave series and everyone, So really, thank you also for letting me to be a part of this. And like you said, it was very important also to have the people, the audience, to also help to be really fair with this, judging and this and that. So, but anyways, thank you guys. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Paola. Thank you, Cody, Delia. And looking forward to see you guys again next time. Or maybe in the water at Todos. That's my plan.
Yeah, thank you, Coco. Having you be a part of this is just really special. And thanks, Cody.
And
Thanks,
just one
Delia.
last And just one last thing I just want to say, we don't really talk about this, but we can always talk about it. Another thing I think is for people that are watching this, and I think it's also very important to have awareness every time they go out and any big wave spot. To really, I think it's really important to be prepared for anything that can happen, and to maybe take some courses of for water safety and go out prepared, like I don't know, from my own experience, I was very lucky that Greg was there, and the big boat with Greg and everybody was there, because we cannot just go out and spots, especially like Todos, without a plan, and I think it's very important to everybody to be responsible and take a little more more serious this, and go out with a plan for anything that can happen. So but yeah, I just wanted to share that. I think it's very important for people to know that it's not a game. Things can go wrong, and especially way out there, if you're not prepared, it can be very dangerous. So yeah, that's it. That was just a little sharing. Thought.
So that's a really important thing to share, Coco, and the experience you went through. We don't want to wish that on anybody. I mean, so many days I've been out there was nobody around, and now we have the ability to prepare and for some kind of accident. And a very, very important point. The Bragg big wave water safety course that Greg's part of is really important. If you get a chance to take that, please do.
100%. I recommend that as well, and take the course, and try to to have a team, try to have a jet ski, try to have a first aid, oxygen, something. Come with something, because you never know. You always think like, oh, it's not gonna happen until it really happens, and then you're like, so always be prepared, and maybe share this message to everybody out there, because there's not just me, but there's a lot of people out there that just go without a plan. And what if you don't have a plan B? It's like, damn, you are like 1 hour away from the shore. So but yeah, anyways, that was the message. Thank you, guys.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I feel like I've been that person before, and because of your experience and my experience out there, and now with this winning this, it's gonna help me a lot, because I just bought a jet ski with some friends because of all of that, because I didn't want to be the liability out in the water anymore, and learn water safety myself. So this is gonna go towards furthering that, making myself more experienced in the water.
Awesome.
That's great. That's awesome. Great. That's good to hear, because when you guys do it, then your friends do it as well. They're like, damn, it's just sharing this, and it's good for everybody, because at least at the end of the day, if something happens, the lifeguards is your own friends, so, and if they're not prepared, if they don't know what to do, then it's like, damn, So I think it's very important, and to know what to do and take all these courses. I think it's very important to, we can make it less dangerous this way, more conscious, and just being more respectful to yourself and for others. So, but that's great. That's great that you're doing this. And again, thank you, guys. I see you guys next time in January, February, or something like that.
Keep on that road to recovery, Coco. You're an inspiration for all of us. Thank you so much for helping with the event here and being part of it. It's the final touch we needed, and I can't thank you enough, my friend.
Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you for being there for me, and and during that time that it was very scary, and that was a moment that it was it mean a lot to me when people came to help me, because I feel very vulnerable. How do you say, like?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Grateful.
and in those moments when you have friends to come see you and help you, it's just makes a big difference, you know. Thank you so much, Gary. Again, muchas gracias por todo, por tu apoyo, tu amistad y por dejarme ser parte de este gran evento.
A ti, mi amigo. Felicidades. Saludos.
Saludos. Terminamos, ¿verdad?
Sí, creo que sí.
Okay, now you guys go enjoy you win and get some good waves, and see you guys soon.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you both.
It's my pleasure.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye.